Good morning and welcome to your Farm and Home Show. I'm Kristi Shive, and today we are back with Mindy McCulley. She's an extension specialist for instructional support for the University of Kentucky. We are going to talk about balance. Is there really such a thing as work-life balance?
So I have happened on a new term and it's called work-life chemistry. And I like that so much better than balance because we're never really balanced. There's always a little bit more work or a little bit more life. But chemistry is such a much better word because if we can find the chemistry, we can find the way that work and life fit together, then I think we're good. But one of the ways that we can get our work-life chemistry worked out is if we can find a way to manage our kids' schedules because life is hectic and we have so many single parent families or two parent families where both parents are working that when kids are overscheduled, then parents become overscheduled and it's just really hard to manage all of that. And so Jean Piaget said that play is the work of children. And Mr. Rogers or Fred Rogers said play is often talked about as if it were a relief from serious learning. But for children, play is serious learning. And so many parents have taken that to heart. And so they think that their children need to get signed up for every dance class and every soccer team and every swimming class and every art class. And so they've got their kids signed up for something, two or three times, maybe two or three events every night, as soon as they get home from school or as soon as they get home from childcare. And parents are haggard and children are haggard and everybody's exhausted. Everybody's stressed. We need to find some time for everybody to get those schedules managed just a little bit.
I think so many people, Mindy, can relate to the desire of wanting to balance and manage their schedules better. How can we do that? And how can we get away from overscheduling?
Let's look at some of the things that we've talked about earlier this week. Let's find some priorities. What is it that your child really wants to do? What are those things that you really have time to do? Our experts say that, young children maybe only need to do one activity a week beyond the childcare activity or the school activity. And then as they get a little bit older, you might add in another one if they want to do something else. But at no point should they be forced to do more than they're comfortable with. And so if you see children just being really exhausted or being overly stimulated, so they're a little bit hyperactive, or if you find them acting out or feeling ill just a lot of the time when you're not really finding a reason for it, the doctors are like, they're not, there's nothing, no underlying cause for this stomach ache or headache all the time. Or they're feeling inadequate, or they're really acting like they're trying to overperform or be over perfect, then they might be just a little bit overscheduled. And when I was in my child development classes, there was David Elkind wrote The Hurried Child, talking about this process of just trying to get children into everything that they possibly could do. And it turns out, they just really felt stressed and overworked really, and didn't have time to really enjoy what Jean Piaget and Fred Rogers were talking about, which is the work of childhood, which is play. We need to give them some of that more unstructured time, the time to play and learn about the world around them through their own time to play and grow.
It is so easy to overbook and overschedule because we live in a time where we're just constantly encouraged to go, go, go. And I think that sometimes we need a little permission to let go, let some
Exactly.
things
So some of those things that we've talked about this week, we did talk about keeping things organized, but that doesn't mean it has to be scheduled. It just needs to be organized. And we can, of course, let things go. We don't have to do everything. We need to prioritize and let things go.
Thank you for joining us today on the Farm and Home Show, and we'll see you next time.